What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the good old Tech Crack House. So today I actually just wanted to take a quick minute to talk about basically Bitcoin mining in I don't know, mid-September, I suppose. So when we're looking at this, essentially what we're looking at is the ANTMINER S9, and I have the Bitmain website pulled up here because in some of my previous videos I've actually talked about buying an ANTMINER S9 on eBay, which, you know, is all well and good, but they cost roughly $3,000 to $4,000 on eBay, which is a very obvious markup. If you're not comfortable paying that, you can buy from Bitmain directly. You can buy the ANTMINER S9. You can see it's available right here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen also, just so it's a little bit nicer. And that's all well and good. It ships between the 20th and 30th of November, so it ships in a couple of months, which isn't, you know, good at all. So if you really want to be current with Bitcoin mining, I wouldn't really necessarily recommend that you buy an ANTMINER S9 from Bitmain. It's a lot less expensive. You're going to have to wait longer on it, but the return can honestly be much better because you're buying from them directly and you're saving roughly $2,800, you know, depending on the current price of the S9 on eBay and depending on what they're going for. A lot of the Bitcoin miners on eBay also don't have the miner in hand necessarily. They just have a pre-order and they're kind of jacking the price up, which violates eBay's terms of agreement technically, but apparently they aren't too strict on it because they don't seem to be prosecuting any of these sellers or you know, prosecuting their accounts. I don't mean on like a personal criminal level, but obviously. So let's go ahead and pull this up. I'll give that a click really quick while I opened it in a new tab. Okay. So there we go. The ANTMINER S9, 14 terahashes per second, or, you know, the cost is 1288 USD or 0.331 Bitcoin, which is pretty cool. You can pay with Bitcoin or Litecoin. And then actually they also have this, which is, this is the power supply for the ANTMINER S9, which is important to have, so about 105 bucks, which you'd actually have to tack onto the price of the S9 itself, which is certainly worth considering. Okay, so if we're looking at the total price here, looks like it's going to be roughly, you know, $1,300 for that, $105 for this, roughly after tax. Let's call it $1,500 after tax. Of course, it depends on the payment method that you're using also. That'll kind of factor into taxation. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and look at a basic mining profitability calculator. This is cryptocompare.com. It's not necessarily perfect, but it's relatively up to date, and it doesn't factor in future difficulty. So this is really to be taken with a grain of salt. When you think about this, this really depends on the price of Bitcoin in the future, and honestly, you know, the mining difficulty, which restart required. Okay, we're gonna ignore that. That's a classic Windows 10 problem. It really depends heavily on, you know, two things: on mining difficulty in the future, which is guaranteed to increase, and Bitcoin profitability, which is not guaranteed to increase. So looking at that, you know, the profitability could vary quite a bit. So we actually have the cost for an ANTMINER S9 pulled up here. It's 13.5 terahashes per second, 1,300 watts, or the stats, not the cost. It's 12 cents per kilowatt hour. Now, since we're in mid-September, the prices of Bitcoin have definitely dropped a little bit. One Bitcoin is now worth roughly $3,868, which isn't all that good. It's okay. It's passable. Come on, don't ask me to do that right now. Come on, Crypto Compare. But it's not, you know, as good as it was even a month or so ago. The price has dropped. Will it come back? I would like to think so. But anyway, so your profit per month would be roughly $314 right now, which isn't bad. And considering that and the total cost, it would take you roughly 5 months to actually make up your costs, which, you know, once again, isn't bad. It's an ROI of less than half a year, and I would consider that to be okay. Not fantastic, but decent, you know. Profit per year is still $3,827, which is still really pretty good, and this is with a relatively expensive power cost. If we reduce this down to 0, 7 cents per kilowatt hour, you can see your profit would be greatly increased for the year. It'd be 361 bucks a month, which is not bad at all, okay? If you're paying nothing for power, you're going to make about $5,000 a year at current exchange rates. So, you know, it really depends on your power costs, on your, I guess, ability to wait for an ANTMINER S9. If you're buying it today and Bitcoin prices skyrocket, you know, and the difficulty is relatively evenly keeled, you're going to be able to make some money in the future. But keep in mind that you're going to have to wait 3 months or 2 months to you know, actually get your hands on this thing. And where's this shipping from? I got to see where this is. I want to say that these are shipped by a pretty slow shipping service. I'm trying to figure out where exactly they're shipped from. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that for now, but I think they actually are estimated to take about roughly half a month or so, if I remember correctly from reading forums and stuff like that, to actually get to you once they're shipped. So you're going to be a bit behind of the curve. You're not going to be paying as much up front. At the same time, it could be decent overall. So it really depends on what you're comfortable with. Just thought I'd talk about this again because it's a very relevant topic, and you know, Bitcoin prices are sliding a little bit as of late, so we're going to see if that continues. Hopefully not, but you know, if it does, you gotta be prepared, right? So anyway, folks, I think that's gonna wrap this video up. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it right here at the Tech Crack House for more content, and on to you. If you enjoyed this content from the Tech Crack House, feel free to leave a like, share, subscribe. If you wish to support us monthly, feel free to check out our Patreon page. Until next time, ladies and gents, see you all in the next video. This has been Mike, signing off.